Galaxy Spin.
I'm gonna rank every coaster and give them a review. Every drop and every hill, every launch and every loop. Rate it 1 to 10 and then we'll do it all again. Gonna rank and review every coaster.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Mario. This is a channel all about amusement park type stuff, but mostly coasters. And today in my never-ending journey to rank and review every single coaster I have ever been on, we're going to be talking about Galaxy Spin at Fun Spot in Kissimmee. Galaxy Spin is a Zamperla Twister Coaster, better known by its informal name, the Spinning Wild Mouse. Now, these coasters are everywhere, so there's a good chance that you've been on one, yet with nearly 30 in operation, this is somehow the only one that I've been on. But I'm sure this review will still be applicable to most of the other ones out there. Galaxy Spin specifically has had a good share of changes throughout the years. It was moved from its original home at Legoland, Florida, opened at Fun Spot in 2011, and underwent several name changes before returning to its current and original name of Galaxy Spin. Now, as far as the actual ride experience of a Zamperla Spinning Wild Mouse, it's fun but mild, proving to be a good ride for the whole family to enjoy. That is, as long as your family does not get sick from spinning. But if you don't like spinning and still want to ride Galaxy Spin, then you might get lucky, because this coaster often fails to unlock its ability to spin. With the intended ride experience of this coaster, you traverse the first half of the ride without spinning, before you're let loose in the second half. The sharp hairpin turns at the beginning of the coaster deliver a very similar experience to a traditional Wild Mouse, providing lateral G-forces and the illusion that you will fly off the track. After this series of turns, you'll experience a small dip that is relatively punchy for how small it is. On the following ascent, you'll experience a brief pop of floater airtime, and then the abrupt 90-degree turn aggressively throws you to the right side of your seat. You then turn into a less aggressive drop that leads into a double up, and this is definitely the wonkiest part of the ride. In a fun way, the first half of the double up is unbanked and turns slightly to the left, so you will experience some strong lateral forces along with a little bit of floater airtime. Now, the second part of the ascent is much more intense, sending you out of your seat with the strongest burst of airtime on the ride, and that's followed by another jarring turn, yet again throwing you to the side of your seat. Then you hit a section of straight track where the car's ability to spin is supposed to unlock, with the key phrase there being supposed to. If it does, you'll experience some fantastic and disorienting spinning. And this spinning is increasingly more intense the more off balance your car is. I found that 2 people sitting on one half of the car is the most off balance, but I think as long as you have more people to one side than the other, that should definitely increase your likelihood of spinning. After navigating a series of 180-degree turns, nearly identical to the beginning of the ride, you'll dip down to ground level and hit a kink in the track. And not to kink shame, but this part of the ride is weird. It's unbanked and so abrupt that it just delivers a dramatic jolt which feels awkward no matter how your car is oriented. This is followed by a small airtime hill that is awkward but fun, especially if you're facing in any direction other than forward. You then head up into one last turn before hitting the final brakes, where your spinning will slowly come to a stop. Again, that is if you are spinning at all. Now let's backtrack and look at what happens if you don't spin. Passing through the second set of 180-degree turns is exactly the same as the first set of 180-degree turns at the top of the ride, except you are traveling a bit faster, leading to more exaggerated lateral forces. Dipping down into the lowest level of the ride and hitting that kink in the track is even more uncomfortable, because the side of your body takes the entire blow of those uncomfortable lateral G-forces. The final hill also feels a lot less exciting because you will be traversing it facing forward, which is just a very traditional way to experience an airtime hill. In general, a spinless experience is a bit of a letdown, and the whole second half just feels a bit awkward, since you can kind of tell the ride is not doing what it was designed to do. Oh, and just a little fun fact, on my most recent ride, a lap bar had its padding fall off into my lap in the middle of the ride without even being touched. But you know, that's that's neither here nor there. But speaking of the ride vehicles, I think they are probably the biggest issue that I have with this coaster. You have to sit really low in these seats, like your butt is just the slightest bit higher off the ground than your feet, so you kind of just plop way down into the car. And if you're not careful, this can really hurt because the entire seat is unpadded. There's no cushion on the butt or back of the car, so all you have is hard fiberglass. And it really annoys me when coasters do this because I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult to put some type of really thin padding that wouldn't need to be that much material but would make a huge impact on comfort. Oh, and then lastly, one thing that I do think is really fun is the coaster has this really basic pop music blasting from a speaker in the middle of the ride, and it's kinda corny, but I do think it is fun. It adds a nice little something to the ride. So, what would I rate Galaxy Spin and probably other Zamperla spinning Wild Mouse coasters that I haven't been on yet? Well, I think I would give it a 5 out of 10. It's a really fun family coaster that all ages can enjoy. I really love the spinning, especially when the car is off balance. I just wish it were a little more comfortable. And in my overall rankings of the 241 coasters that I have been on so far, Galaxy Spin sits at number 143. In case you didn't know what that number looked like. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys think of these spinning coasters. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications for more content like this. I'm going on a fun little coaster trip soon, so I'll have a lot of new coasters to review and vlog about. And make sure you tune in next time where I'll be talking about whatever this wheel lands on.